All right, here's a little brief description of the horsemanship style that I'm developing and practicing right now. Um, it's definite, probably has some indigenous roots to it, but this style of horsemanship begins with the man, not the horse. We don't horsemanship. We do it backwards. We do manmanship. So this, we put our bad habits down, whatever that may be. No one's usually got a clean bill of health. Usually we got something. And if we don't got something, we're on something from the doctor, and we're good now. So we all got work to do. So the first step is working on the man part. So this horse has already been worked with. She's a wild Mustang. It's been raining a lot here, and it's been muddy, so it finally dried out, so I can get out here and brush her and work with her. But back up a little bit. Back. Good girl. Back. 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 Now, this is just an introduction to what this program is about, and it's all free. You just gotta do it yourself. That's why it's here. But the first step is the horse isn't even involved. We do a little bit of exercise, following our doctor's recommendations, of course. Having a health checkup first. We don't want to hurt ourselves if our bodies aren't ready for it. So talk to your doctor and find out what you can do. We can all do something. It might just be this, or wiggle our toes. So we do a little exercise, like the dog whisperer says, Caesar Milan. Exercise, discipline, then affection. A lot of times we skip the exercise, skip the discipline, and go right to affection. Oh, hi, Bookie. And we wonder why we got spoiled horses and spoiled kids. So the first step, before we even work on this horse or rehabilitating the horse, we have to rehabilitate ourselves. Like Caesar Milan, dog whisperer says, I rehabilitate animals and I train people. I love what I do. He's awesome. But the next step, it seems, and maybe he talks about this too, is you got to work on rehabilitating the human. But not everyone wants that. So you got to be kind of indiscreet and speak in parables, I guess. But really, the first step is got to back up a little bit. Good girl. Back. Back. Good. 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 The first step is exercise, get the edge off, and then meditation. Many forms of meditation. We can talk about it if you like. But basically, we have to get ourselves right. In order to do the horsemanship, that this style of horsemanship is, we have to be still and know. If our minds aren't still and we haven't worked on our minds, we won't be able to do this style of horsemanship. This is not about the ego and the mind and achieving and competing and filling that hole and that drive. No, this is about settling that drive. Rehabilitating ourselves. Having the ego transmute and settle, integrate into our being so we can be still and know. Quiet mind, Zen, disagreeing with the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it. Labels hardly matter unless we're still in the mind and we want to label it. So we have to get ourselves right. I like studying Caesar Milan, Dog Whisperer. Highly recommend. As part of this curriculum is studying Caesar Milan, Dog Whisperer. That's like the prerequisite. Just like with Pete Ramey, Barefoot Trimming, his prerequisite is Jamie Jackson. Got it? It's good to study, and I study people, but also I see who they are and who they study. So I try to go back in time and follow their footsteps, not from here forward, but follow their footsteps all the way if possible. So once we work on ourselves, getting ourselves good here and now, no matter what we were doing before, drinking, drugs, overeating, whatever the hell, worry, let it all go, throw it away. Work on ourselves. The world can wait. And I care about the world very much. The world can wait. So we get ourselves right. And once we get ourselves right, then we can bring a horse into the mix. She was a model Mustang labeled with special needs for a couple of different reasons. And it was good for me to get the experience to work with her. And now, once I can work on my mind, I study Caesar Milan, the Dog Whisperer, and I'm learning more about the mind and even Buddhism and cognitive therapy, impulses, those things, which I haven't mastered yet. I smoke cigarettes, but it could be a lot worse. I could be in the bar right now getting drunker with prostitutes and cocaine, who knows? But here I am with my horse that I rescued, gave her a home, and we're working together to become better people, or horsemanship. So the next step is to work with her. And she's from the wild, she's scared, she's traumatized, displaced. So it takes a very gentle hand, that's why they call it gentling, because they're not just teaching him horsemanship. You're helping get acclimated and really rehabilitating them big time into human life, assimilating them, which breaks my heart. I'm not trying to be like a Catholic or something. Like Christopher Columbus and all those did in the churches. You know what happened. Millions of people died. American History X. So the more we work with ourselves, then we can see the workings of the horse's mind and their impulses. And at the same time, studying basic Clinton Anderson horsemanship. One of his books has all the exercises you need. So basic horsemanship exercises in the mix, along with working with our own mind, studying other people that have done it before, so we connect with ourselves and connect with life. Next, we help work with the horse. Teaching him basic things. One of the most important things. Personal space. I had hardly even moved her. Before, she would have screamed and freaked out and tried to run away. Scared. So the more we get here. And so the next step is, after we do the sitting meditation, we come up and we can groom a horse. It's okay. So it's basically expanding upon meditation. Meditation starting sitting, then walking, then doing household chores, taking the meditative state to different aspects. Because until we find a meditative state, a state of wholeness, we'll be operating from some form of egotistical self-righteousness. And this one reason the world is kind of the reason why the world is the way it is. And I'm attacking that, and also peacefully, and all this makes different symptoms. So once we get there with ourselves, the next step is staying mindful. And if it's a new horse, you might start more simple than a brush. If it's a wild Mustang, it might be scared of a brush. She's been rolling around in the mud because she's a country girl. She's not a city girl. She's born in the woods. So next, we work on brushing your horse. Just a little bit. If it's an animal we haven't worked with before, the first step is just going to be getting her personal space. Like in Clinton Anderson's book, he calls it the hula hoop. So now she's in, it's very much like martial arts. If you put your hand forward, and I put my hand forward, and that distance, that's called toi mai, or one school calls it toi mai. And so for one of us to attack each other, we basically have to step forward. You know what I mean? You might have to do it with a foot to get longer legs, but so that's the distance, So we're keeping the horse out of our personal space. If something happens, we can defend ourselves, because people are hurt and killed on horses all the time. They're awesome, but let's be smart. A lot more dangerous driving in a car, so let's be, realistic and rational. I believe it's a lot more dangerous, statistically speaking. So we work with the horse. And then this can be done in different things. There's no really set standard. It kind of depends on the day and how things are going for the person and the horse. But the first, the basic steps is sitting meditation, is being here. And she's more experienced, so I don't have to spend as much time. It's a whole different process with her now. So there's no set way with this. It's all done by intuition and feel. See, she feels something. So the next step would be just a walking meditation. Once you have personal space set up, which is very important, just walking, being mindful, tension on our breath. The 4 foundations of mindfulness is a prerequisite for this course. Check it out on the internet. 4 foundations of mindfulness. This should be a prerequisite by the time we're 6 years old. We should know what the 4 foundations of mindfulness are and how to work with our minds. We're a little behind schedule, but it's okay. We're here now. We're here. So we're going to remain mindful and just walking. Like Susan Milan says, take your dog for a walk. You bring him home from the shelter, take your dog for a walk. If you're going for a walk, he's lucky enough to come along. We're establishing our place in the whole structure. If we give affection first, like we do with horses and even kids, give that good love first, then that's, what I mean? We got to do the exercise, discipline, then affection. So before we all started, horse could have just a little bit, I don't want to work her to make her tired, but to get the edge off, She didn't get the edge off. She sees me. This guy's crazy, and she knows that. That's where we get along. We understand each other a little bit. Huh? Yeah. So, again, mindful. And again, establishing that space. She wants to move around, it's okay. Establishing that personal space still. Good girl. Then she gets a little pet. Probably wasn't the best timing, but still. We're working with her. She's a wild Mustang. And also, I'm also learning. We're all learning. Wherever we're at, we're always learning. But like right now, I put the cigarette down, and I'm focusing on meditation, improving horsemanship, working with the horse that needed to be rescued. and even now, working with my mind. This is what this horsemanship's all about. It's about horsemanship. And we have to have that ishmanship ourselves, that connection. Then we can help rehabilitate them. And then really, the more we do that, we develop the connection. Huh? Over here. Go with it. We don't want tension. It's fine. We don't want to stress her out. Just puts up walls. Okay, good girl. Good girl. You're a little mud bucket. I gotta brush you. She goes down this roll again. You will. Aww. Okay, ready? There. And then it starts going and staying in that flow. Whoa. Back. Back. Personal space. Mindful. Back. Good girl. Ah, very light. Very light. Because eventually there won't be a lead rope. There. Good. You are so good. Alright, so that's pretty much the process. We work on ourselves. Then we help the horse with themselves. First you put on your own oxygen mask like in airplanes. And then you help your child. And then you fly safe, to go to your destination. Our destination, the journey is the destination. Because this is about development. And that's what the equine world needs. That's what we all need, is development. Because look at our world. I think we skipped some steps, guys. It's like getting called to work on a horse's feet. They don't skip horsemanship steps 1 through 6 and say trimming is step 7, just for example. And so I get there, they get there, they trim the feet, and it's not easy because their homework wasn't done. It's very simple stuff. Steps 1 through 6. Then we trim. It's all part of the program. It's a process, step by step. Every step counts. And the more we do it, the more the mind starts to settle, and that happiness. Because how are we going to get a horse to be still if we can't be still? Like my dad taught me. He learned from somebody. If our feet are moving, then why is the horse going to stop? If our mind's moving, why is the horse going to stop? They feel it. We're very energetic. Some more than others. So the more we can be quiet and still, we won't truly know how to handle situations that used to baffle us. And that's from an Alcoholics Anonymous part. But it's true. And without this inner work, I might not even be here right now. I might be in a bar, or who knows, with some girl in the wrong situation. Give me time. I'm working on that one. But right situation. But that's basically the horsemanship style. And there's many variations, but that's the format. Work with ourselves. Work with the horse. Connect with the horse. Employ different horsemanship tactics. I like horse. Clinton Anderson's very basic, but there's 1,000,001. Buck Brandeman, I started with him in 2000 in farrier school. Mission farrier school, we had an issue with the horse. We were getting a round pen and work with him. We didn't, beat him or drug him. We didn't necessarily. We took him in the round pen. And so Mark Plummer was teaching us natural horsemanship. And I was in 2000. I was learning that in farrier school. When I got horses in the 3rd grade, it was a little bit of a break. So it's been a very nice progression to get here. This didn't happen overnight. I've got many years of meditation practice, and I'm not perfect. I lit that cigarette on purpose. So you can see that I have bad habits. I am not perfect. Some people back in the day thought I only ate seaweed, the way they saw me meditating. They're like, we're going to get some burgers. I'm like, I'll go. They're like, don't you only eat seaweed? I'm like, not really, but maybe I can. Like, I didn't really think about it. Yeah, that's a good idea, But no, that's all it's about. And this horse was definitely come a long way in some months. And you can see from other videos, once you start connecting with these animals and these horses, because we're animals too, we're primates, monkeys, but primates. We start connecting with them, and she was living in the wild for 6 years, all of her life. And now very gentle. If she acts up, I have to just let it go. If I get upset, then I'm back to square one. I have to work on myself before I go further. If I'm disturbed,
I have to work on myself, even if it's her fault. But it's not even her fault because she's a horse from the wild. So we don't even have to have a reason it's her fault. She's not trying. Look at her eyes. She's trying real hard right now. Now she wants her dinner. You gotta get brushed. You gotta get brushed. She had a fractured jaw or broken jaw at some point before I got her. And I can put my hand all over that. She's not scared. She doesn't get in trouble, or we work with her. It's the art, and it's very similar to probably raising kids. I've yet to have that experience for the most part, but a little bit. But it's very much if we can approach it from being like Caesar Milan says, being calm and assertive, but not even just assertive, just being calm and having that little bit of because we don't even have to try because we did the work. Because it starts with meditation and exercise, or exercise and meditation. We have to work on ourselves. So this whole horsemanship style is the way to move the world closer to the heart, closer to clear thinking, being here, now. And then the horses just bask in that, because just like with their egos, we're insecure when we're in that place, because we're not rooted with their being. Same with them. They're not rooted and back to their natural state. They're having to be the boss because they weren't shown the way, and they haven't had stable pack leaders around them, basically, that have been able to show them the way. So we work on being stable pack leaders. We turn our attention within, learning about our thoughts, our triggers, all that stuff. There's so much to sitting there meditating. It's not just, oh, that part of it's nice. That is part of it for sure. That was like, whoa, just like that. But that's with two decades of experience. So we can actually, no thoughts in the mind. And then from there, now we can start creating. Meditation is just so many different levels to it. So, wanted to share about this horsemanship style, and that's it. If you want to do this horsemanship style, got to be still and know. Got to be one with God, basically. Or clear psychological thinking, if the atheists are correct. All the conditioning, all the assimilation, everything has to be let go. Even who we think we are. Nationalities, cultures, skin color, race, gender, everything. Past relationships, future relationships, even this relationship here, this now. Everything. It's just let go. No matter if my eyes look weird right now or not, we're not used to that in this society. Because we're used to this, and people just, just that whole thing. So there's a new way of coming about. And it's not brought about by the government, as far as I'm concerned. I don't hate the government. We're part of the government. I'm an American citizen. I keep my citizenship, etc., etc., etc. But this sort of stuff's got to come from we the people, from around the world. Because the machine, whatever that machine is, it's still going. Watch the news. Christopher Columbus went around planting all those Catholic churches, and the whole machine behind that. That machine's changed forms maybe a little bit, but there is a machine. And it ain't we the people. So it's our responsibility to peacefully rise and be there for the ones at the top, because they need the support. They need the support. They don't need our hate or animosity or separation. We're all one human family. One family. Even the horses behind us. Even a rock has a story to tell. This may seem weird to some, but look around the world. Look where some of that thinking is creating us. Let's go Barbie, let's go Barbie, Let's go Barbie, let's go Barbie, Come on, guys. A better world starts with us each. And the style of horsemanship is a way to do it. It's about how high you can jump, how far you can slide, how young of a horse you can run into the ground and get paid for it like it's a good idea. Baby horses, 2-year-olds being slid into the ground, race, legs broken. That's not God's kingdom right there, baby. And we can only serve two masters at once, they say. Only serve one master at once, rather. We can only serve one master at once, so if we're not working with the Most High, who are we working for? As legs snap and horses run into the ground. It's quite absurd if you really look at it. Shouldn't even have to waste time talking about this, but we're all at different levels. As the UFOs are looking down, like, yeah, you guys speed it up a little bit, please, hurry up. But
that's really the essence of it. So, if you'd like to go for a little exercise or a little meditation, let me know. Meditation Nation on Facebook. Let's do this. May the force be with you. Better World is a product of we the people. One love. That's where it comes from. That's getting back to who we really are. Beyond all the knowledge from that tree, that forbidden fruit that we keep. I don't know, that person's a really asshole. I don't like them. Throw my apple at him. He hasn't sin cast the first stone. We already know that, but we got planks in our eyes. Come from Jerry Plank. I'll tell you straight up. So we have to realize what we're doing and who we're listening to, and toss that shit away. Not even toss it and say, you know what? You can do better, Satan. I love you. You know, you can do better. You know, we have to love things back to life. We can see what war gets us. War things back to life. What are you doing there? You might make some money selling weapons, but people, the body is no. So, our responsibility is to be here now. But we must follow the noble eightfold path as well, which is very good. Righteous living, planting good seeds of karma. If we keep planting bad seeds, we're going to cement this in place. We won't be able to break free. We have to give freely of ourselves, willing to give it all, every last bit, nothing left unturned. Give it all of our being, willing to let it all go, or else we won't be able to get out of the bondage. Have a good day.